So right now, the state of the processor is better than before, but there are a few minor problems that could become major problems that are creeping up from the abyss below. For instance, the whole memory setup is becoming pretty bloated and may become a problem soon. And the busing for all of this is going to be really not good because there's really no great way to do busing in Scrap Mechanic. Also, over here, the ALU, I've added two new components onto it. The first one, let's see, is the carry component. So over here you can see when there's a carry out, this bit enables, and then you can push in the carry on next function like that, so that you can have a carry in on the next add or subtract function. So for instance, now that carries in a 1 for addition. Also, this module over here is an arbitrary length shifter instead of the regular rotator I made. But what it does is, instead of rotating around like usual, the things that get shifted off go into this register here and are shifted onto the next byte pushed in according to how far they've been pushed. So to demonstrate, I'm just going to load in this. See that pattern there? And I'm going to, which one was it to shift again? Pretty sure it was this one. 7. Look at this wiring. Yeah, it's 7. As the 7th, the 8th instruction is coded to 7, and that's this one. And so, inputting inputting 3 will shift over a half of the contents there. And so the top 4 bits have been shifted off into that register over there. In fact, we can see that here. And the remaining 4 bits have been shifted up. And so if we then clear the accumulator and shift back onto it, it doesn't matter how far you shift the contents of that register over there, it'll always go back on the same it came off, which is one of the limitations. You can't have a very good variable shifting in arbitrary space, but as you can see now, it gets shifted back on. And thinking of a good way to demonstrate this for a practical application, which is asking a lot. We're shifting off from here, and then over like this. Technically, you can use this as a secondary accumulator to save things too, but I'm not sure how practical something like that would be. And currently the only way to clear that is to shift back on. Of course, you can always do that with just clearing the accumulator, shifting, and then clearing again to clear that over there. But then you would need to save the accumulator to a memory slot first in order to save the contents from being also cleared. Just for fun, I had an idea. Perhaps try importing a random number and then shifting that over halfway, and then clearing that and shifting again. That gives us half of a random number. But also, I am trying to abstract these here to here and all of these. Yeah, currently it looks like this. So it's not going to be fun. Now the stack, however, is doing great, and the control unit is fine, and the I/O bus is normal. Now selecting the different modules for routing data is going to be probably one of the most difficult parts, because currently there isn't any standard for something like that. What I was thinking of is having the RAM be sort of the middle of every move operation, and so you can only move something between the ALU, stack, and I/O bus buffers through the RAM. And so you would write one of these to the RAM first, and then you would import from the RAM to one of the others.